I want to show you something. It's these pictures. Notice something about these? The picture on the left is a street in North America, and the one on the right is a street in the Netherlands. The street design is very different in these places, and it all has to do with urban planning. In 2023, 78.17% of Americans drove a car to work, according to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics. The driving isn't a preference, but a necessity in the United States. Policy regulations favor cars over other forms of transportation, which makes it very difficult to do anything without a car, especially in the suburbs. The auto manufacturers have lobbied hard in the US to stop public transportation, and they have been doing it since the 1950s. In 2021 alone, for example, General Motors shelled out over $9 million on lobbying. But that's not the only thing they did. In the 1920s, people did not like cars at all and wanted speed governors installed for use in cities. But lawmakers didn't want that, and lobbied hard to stop it. They came up with jaywalking to shift the blame to pedestrians instead of drivers in order to speed up car traffic. We can see the effects in the 1960s when pedestrians started to walk on dedicated crosswalks. These policies had horrendous consequences. In just 40 years, almost all of the public transportation systems were demolished and cities started to sprawl. The automakers also passed zoning laws that made it illegal to build anything other than single-family homes in most of the US. As a result, commercial and residential areas were completely separated from each other, which makes it impossible to travel between them without a car. The Netherlands had the same thing happen in the 1960s and 70s. But that all changed in the 1990s when they adopted sustainable traffic safety, which tackles infrastructure to reduce the need for cars in the first place. They started designing streets and roads to be more efficient and they also built bicycle lanes in the cities and suburbs. Their policies focused on moving as many people as possible rather than as many cars as possible. In many Dutch cities, bicyclists and pedestrians take the most direct route, while drivers have to take the long way around. This works out better for pedestrians, bicycles, and drivers. Even if you drive to work, you can walk to a grocery store, ride a bike to a pharmacy, or take public transportation to a park. There are other benefits as well. By reducing the number of cars in the cities, the air quality improves and the noise level decreases dramatically. This makes it much safer for people walking, and it also looks a lot nicer too. But in addition to reducing the need for cars for mobility, they also build mixed-use walkable neighborhoods which can financially sustain themselves. In contrast, North American suburbs cannot financially sustain themselves because everything is spread out, and thus there is too much infrastructure per person to maintain it, and cities cannot earn as much tax revenue as they do with denser developments. Another thing that Dutch cities have are dedicated bicycle lanes. These lanes enable bicycles to take the most direct route to destinations without interacting with cars at all, which makes it much safer. If you come to an intersection of a bicycle, bicycle-only road, you will never see more than a yield sign, which allows bicycles to cross the intersection without stopping. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope this video helps you understand at least a little bit about urban planning. Thanks for watching.